This setup right here is the setup that I do everything on that's not editing videos or playing games. And under the desk here lives the PC that drives it. There's one problem with this PC. Okay, you want to know what the problem is? It's got a bunch of RGB fans in it and it lives under a desk on top of another computer. It just doesn't need them. So I have a solution with the help of my trusty friend, the side screwdriver. I'm gonna replace all of the fans in this system right here with these, the Fantex T30s. You might have seen a video that we did probably yesterday or the day before with these. I want to see if these would be worth replacing the stock RGB fans that I just don't use with some proper high performance fans in a system that gets used more than any PC that I own. And then we'll find out if it was worth the effort. But first, we need to deep clean the system. That is really, really loud. These are disgusting. Ready? That was such a bad idea. Luckily, these aren't going back in here either, so let's unscrew some fans. Yeah, I didn't know it was this bad. When it sits under your desk, you don't really see it and you don't realize how disgusting you can be as a human. Now I know how disgusting I am. I am doing away with the CPU fan in here as well, because as I feel that this thing is dirty and I might as well just replace it with one of these new fans as well. I can't believe I let it get this dirty. This is disgusting. This is so bad. That is so bad. That's just going back into the computer. I'm not good at this. There may be one problem with swapping all these fans out. I probably can't swap the top fan out because the thickness that I've got with clearance with the top of the motherboard, because these fans from Fantex are 5mm thicker. I don't think it's going to clear the EPS power connectors at all. So I might just leave this fan in the top, but I would rather remove it so I can clean it. So let's do that anyway. Most of the dust is cleaned out of the system. There's just a bit of residual stuff. I'm just gonna wipe with a microfiber towel. I'm not gonna use any type of cleaning products, mainly because, again, like, you don't really see this computer, but this cleaned up quite well, I think. I mentioned in yesterday's video, or whenever that last video dropped, that these fans are 30mm thick. Look, I'll just show you a regular fan next to it, and you can see that the thickness of the Fantex fan is a whole lot chunkier. Now, that's not the only thing I wanted to mention. Now, this video is not sponsored by Fantex at all. I just thought these fans are worth doing a video about, and because like I'm changing the fans in my own system and I'm going absolutely crazy in lockdown, that I would make a video about this. So the main thing I thought that was interesting about these fans were they're actually daisy chainable. They've got like this short PWM input and a PWM output, and you can just daisy chain a whole stack of them together. So if you're doing like a PC with heaps of radiators and heaps of water cooling gear and whatnot, and you don't want to have heaps of cable mess, kind of like uni fans in a way. Yeah, these are daisy chainable just with a regular PWM connection. Very, very handy, and that's the way that I'm going to be using them in this build. Oh, these sound horrible. No, it hurts my ears. I did want to use the T30 on the CPU cooler, but it turns out that the clips for this scythe cooler, the extra 5mm is 5mm way too much. So this won't actually clip over onto the cooler itself. So we're stuck with using the stock fan. So just keep that in mind as well if you're looking at using these fans on an existing air cooler. Unless you can screw these into like a clip that clips onto the heatsink and not use these flexible retention clips, you're going to be out of luck trying to get this to fit on your regular cooler. Also, another thing I'd noticed is even if this fan did fit on the CPU cooler, it's going to block one of the RAM slots on this board, and I use all of the RAM slots. So again, that 5mm thickness for some applications is 5mm way too much. Camera focusing gag twice in one video. Pretty predictable, right? Yeah. Everything's been put back together, all the new fans in, so the question you're probably asking yourself now is, did it make a difference? Yep, it sure did. What you're seeing on your screen right now are the thermals, quite obviously. Now, whether or not me cleaning the system and changing the fans or just changing the fans made the thermals better is up for debate, but given what we can see here with the temperature difference, yeah, I would say that it's actually probably more to do with the fans. One other thing I noticed as well, that with the same fan curves, now mind you, I didn't change the fan curves on this system whatsoever, the system is quieter. A lot of the things that I did in this video, like not taking out the GPU when you're cleaning your system, I don't recommend that. I would say pull out as much as you can, like even I would have pulled off the CPU cooler, but for me personally, it's not an aesthetics thing for me. I don't really care how the system looks at the end of the day. I just wanted to be clean after I noticed it was dirty. So whether or not I pulled out the GPU to clean it that way probably wouldn't have made much of a difference, but I would not recommend doing it the way that I did. It was a complete mess, and the only reason why I did it that way was to give you guys a bit of a laugh as well. So don't take everything that you see with YouTube videos about this stuff as gospel, because yeah, sometimes it won't apply to you. Now, this isn't attacking anyone or anything like that. I just wanted to have a bit of a laugh with doing things a certain way, because at the end of the day, I'm here to not only teach you guys things, but distract you from your own lives, right? And that's one thing that I like about watching other YouTubers is it distracts me from things going on in the real world. So if you guys don't know, I'm in Sydney, Australia. That's where I live. That's where we hail from. We've been in a lockdown for about 9 weeks now. So I'm just, you know, thinking a little bit outside of the square, given I've got all of this time to think. Yeah. If you want to see the original build for this system, I actually changed the GPU out probably about a month ago or something like that. Because of things I was doing in Linux, I needed an NVIDIA GPU. Yes, I know it sounds really weird, but it was actually DaVinci Resolve. That I've talked about this over on our other channel, Kernel Control. But yeah, if you want to see the original build, there's a link in the description. It's got a PC part picker list for everything there as well. I hope you learnt something. This is the weirdest video I think I've ever made. Probably the video that no one is really going to watch. I have to ask myself, why did I make this video? I mean, if you guys like seeing weird things with me just being strange and doing weird things on the internet, let me know. Let us know. Let us know what you think of videos like this. Usually I've got Claire to talk to, like in the background, like yelling banter at me, and now I quite literally feel like I'm talking to myself. Why am I like this? Why is the camera still recording? I can't believe you're watching this part of the video with me pouring my soul out onto the internet. It must mean I'm human after all.